Welcome to Raw Earth Organics, and we're going to show you how to grow kale from the comfort of your own home or anywhere you desire to grow it. Let's grow some kale. We use Grocery Cropper's guide to grow this kale. If you want, you can take the time to read this by pausing or go to grocerycroppers.com to get this guide. Refer to Grocery Cropper's Grow Guide. Take a few of your seeds, store them in some dirt, germinate them that way, and soon they'll start to mature into a plant just like this. The way that I grew this kale bed is that I started them off in this planter here, about 100 seeds close together, and once they reached about 3 inches in height, I thinned them out and placed them in individual pots in which I kept them in until they were ready to be transplanted. And they're looking very nice and healthy here. I only gave this example of gardening to show that you can really almost plant in anything. Now, I don't recommend planting in plastic products because using those over time can be bad for your health. But if you just want to do a quick plant, it is definitely possible to garden in things like water bottles. That way, if you're on a budget, you can still plant. Follow the same methods. Make sure you mulch out your plants, water them in once you transplant them, and let them grow, and they will indeed grow even in a water bottle. In pots is another way that kale can grow successfully. I recommend giving each kale plant its own pot for it to grow with enough space to maximize its potential for growth. The best method, in my opinion, is in ground or the garden bed. This method allows for a bigger production of plants, and it allows all the root structures of this kale plant to work together and produce high quality kale. In-ground or beds gives the roots the ability to stretch and have a more diverse structure, and giving them strength to grow even bigger and stronger. While growing anything, you should be aware of the type of bugs and pests that could possibly contaminate your soil or eat your plants. The caterpillar is a pest that will eat your plant during day and during the night. They don't hide right in the open. They hide under the curls of the leaves, so you have to really dig them up to find them. Really go behind the plant's leaves and find them. Another critter in the garden that was a little hard for me to find at first was the garden snail. These snails are really sneaky. Sometimes they don't even appear in the day. They only come out in grub at night or early mornings. You can tell that you have snails by checking the slime that goes across your garden beds or your plants. If you see any of that, you got a snail attack. Bigger chunks and bites of your kale plants being eaten are most likely signs of snails and caterpillars. Now, I didn't have this problem, but one you can potentially face are spiders. Spiders can lay eggs in your soil and also eat your plants. In my case, they were the perfect garden defense mechanism against another harmful pest, aphids. Aphids are the most common garden pests. These are small sucking insects that, if not controlled, they can take out an entire garden. They range in color from being white, brown, and even orangish brown. People think that you need chemicals and pesticides to keep these pests away. That is not true. I use Harris 100% pressed neem oil to deter these pests and just monitor them so that way they didn't take out whole plants in my entire garden. Apple cider vinegar is also another natural insecticide that can also work as a fungicide. Also get some salt, and that'll help keep the snails and also slugs away. You will need some type of plant food. Most people use compost or fertilizer or all. I created my own called Sky Drops. This Sky Drops is made from rainwater and organic matter only. I also take cuttings or compost from food and make plant food. Packed all of the past tomato branches in here, and we're going to put it into the NutriBullet as you see here, and we're just going to turn it on and grind it up. And here is the tomato cuttings that not only you could use for just, feeding your plants, but you can use them for yourself and put them in shakes and smoothies, etc. Let's go ahead and take these cuttings and let's mix it with the dirt.
What I do see here, though, are some spiders. All right. And these spiders could be eating my plants Or these spiders could be eating the bugs that are trying to eat my plants. Or these spiders and these bugs are eating my plants. we have to see.
Growing kale was a great experience, and this is why I recommend growing in a bed. Here is a bed that I took out, and I used the grocery cropper's guide to give the correct spacing for each row and each plant, and you can slowly see the growth and progress over time. And these plants are biennial, meaning that they will produce for 2 years. A few seeds really did change my diet and help me improve my life. I now have kale plants that I can use for salads and wraps, or I can freeze for smoothies later on. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching and learning how to grow kale with Raw Earth Organics.